Hello guys, welcome to HRL Season 5, round number 14. We got Slinger Super Speedway here with heat number 2. Um, piggying back on my comment in the other heat about the polls, it's just crazy. I mean, you got people like Real Deal, Slaunch, that don't have a poll yet. I still find that insane. But let's focus on the second heat here. We got green flag. See how these guys go off the start. Looks like we have a nice, it was almost like a 4 wide right there. They're going to shove way down to the inside. And if one of them can get a dive on Luke, then they might be able to compete for the lead, but they didn't. Weren't able to make that dive, so that's going to be huge. It's definitely going to be hard to track down Luke now, because when you start on the outside in this track and you're able to get away from the inside driver, that's very dangerous, because then the inside driver likely has to battle with some other people, and once they're done battling with those people, then they got to just legit track you down, which is very difficult. Kind of similar to, I guess you could say, similar to Grizzly in that sense. Like, if the outside guy can get the gap, it's very hard to catch him. But it's also very hard to get that gap in the first place. So, nice battles here in the back. But battle for semi-transfer spot here, always huge. But it looks like front two spots, Luke and Detail, have worked their way away, and they're just kind of like settling in. Especially since these guys are battling. That's not going to be, you want to conclude battles as fast as possible on this track. Otherwise, it's going to slow you down super hard. Blake aggressively taking that position there. He wants to make his way into the semi-transfer spot, and he's definitely someone to keep your eye out for, because Uncle Blake, one of the better, I would say one of the better, probably, like, I don't know, top 5 reach oval racers that I've raced with and against. And he was solid in Halo 4 at stuff like GP, and he was good at some Supercross. He just didn't have that much Supercross experience. Still doesn't have too much, but I think he could learn. But when it comes to ovals and GPs, I think Blake's definitely going to be someone to watch out for. So personally, I'm really excited to see his performances on Mirabilis and Kitty Hawk. I think those are going to be huge for him. See how well he can do on a GP. So far in Halo 5, it seems like Supercross just hasn't meshed with him too well. But again, that's just going to come with time and experience. But yeah, on an oval like this, last oval of the regular season, by the way, that's where it's going to get interesting, because on here, I think we could see, I think we could see him having a top performance, possibly like a top 3 or so. Wouldn't be surprised. I'm excited to see how he does next season, actually, because next season, when he can get 6 oval starts in, I think that'll be really huge for him, because then, that's 6 rounds where he should perform well, because ovals are definitely a specialty. Alright, so we were watching him for a little bit there and watching his battle. Now we're going to get an update on the lead. You see Luke with just a pretty big lead. And now we're going to go to second place, and you can see Detail. He's maintained a pretty similar gap ever since he's gotten away from the rest of that pack, but at the same time, that's a pretty huge gap. So it's going to be hard to catch up at this point. But at the same time, once we get an update on third place behind Detail as well, you'll see Detail himself actually does have a pretty big gap for second place as well. So these front two just got away from the pack quickly, and that's obviously working out in their favor. Now we go to third with Blake, and he might be in a similar situation. I saw that other driver pretty close to him earlier, but I think he may have ran away with it at this point. You see, here he is in third place, running solid lap times. He qualified well, if I recall correctly, and yeah, I think he's got an easy semi-transfer spot locked up here as long as he keeps this consistent, and it's going to be a solid start to his night. And then yeah, you see he's got that pretty big gap there on the lead to lead in fourth place. Yeah, these guys were duking it out hard earlier, but then they just got separated, and it's hard to get that pack back together, especially in a heat race where there's not that much time. It's very difficult to do. We see Elite here just running solid laps in fourth place. Got that last semi-transfer spot. Hunter is the only person that could take it away from him, but as you can see, Hunter, like, these gaps have just really, towards the end of this heat, these gaps have settled in. Very interestingly, how they got these huge gaps. Like, honestly, I thought these back couple drivers would have stayed together, but yeah, two laps to go, and this is Fireball, I believe, starting second, falling all the way back to last, and he's just like giving up on the semi at this point, pretty much, with 2 laps to go. Now we're coming close to the white flag as well. So yeah, you could see he's drifting. Like, he doesn't really care at this point. He knows there's no chance of catching up with this much time, so he's just waiting for that moto, really. And here we look, nice derfed there, but that's going to be the finish. Luke's going to take the heat win. Detail going to come in second. Blake going to come third. Elite fourth. Hunter fifth. And then obviously Fireball will settle into that 6th place spot. Results on your screen. Remember, semi guys are going to be Luke, Detail, Blake, and Elite. So hope you guys enjoyed that heat. Next race is going to be the semi, short and fast. Should work for this track. See you there.